rehabilitating and releasing our national symbol of freedom. Hello everyone, I'm Don Jacobs and I'm here at the Carbon County Environmental Education Center in front of their resident bald eagle. And we're going to go wild with DiscoverNEPA, releasing an immature bald eagle that they've been taking care of. You're going to hear from Franklin Klock. Now you have two resident eagles here, right?
Correct.
Tell me about that.
Those birds were both came in through the rehab program. Both were injured. One was shot. One was hit by a car. Their injuries were deemed non-repairable, and those birds were considered non-releasable. So they've been here since 2001, each of them. So they're in a separate enclosure altogether. They're on public display. This area is kind of off limits to the public. It helps because it gives the birds less stress. They only see other birds. They can only really see the sky, which is what birds want to see anyway. This is our flight pen. This is the last bastion of rehab for these birds. They go through hospital care, they go through medical care, they go through veterinary care, and any kind of medical treatment. Once all the injuries are healed, once they're up on their feet, eating on their own, we bring them here because being in captivity, the muscles atrophy, they need to be able to work those muscles, fly a little bit. Our 100-foot flight pen gives them the ability to move around on their own so that they can build those muscles back up and get ready to go.
There are actually two immature bald eagles in the flight pen. The larger of the two was rehabilitated by Tracy Young at the Raven Ridge Wildlife Center in Lancaster County, and it needed some time in the pen. That will be going home with her. When you decide, okay, timing is right, tell me what's going to happen. You're going to go in here and physically, how are you going to get that bird?
So it's kind of interesting because it's 12.5 feet tall. I'm not that tall, so we have a long net on a pole that we can extend. Sometimes we get lucky, and as they fly over our heads, we can net them and bring them down. Other times they elude us, and we just have to wait till they end up missing a perch and end up on the ground, and then we can kind of wrestle them to the ground and pick them up that way. Try to do it as carefully as we can, but we have to be proactive about it.
And the first bird to be captured? The Raven Ridge Bald Eagle. Now, not everybody could pick up an eagle and say, I'm going to take care of it. I mean, you guys are very special.
You are correct. We are licensed for eagles and endangered species through the state and the federal government. We have state permits that allow us to do this through rehab, and we also have a federal permit that allows us both to treat eagles and also to keep the two that we have here at our facility.
Once that was secured in the cage, it was time to go after the one rehabbed by Carbon County.
This is a first-year bird, so we're happy to get that one back into the gene pool. Watch your fingers. Okay. Okay, that was easier. Perfect.
Beautiful.
Hi.
Hi. When was the last time you held this guy?
When we brought it in mid-May.
Okay.
Everything looks good. Wings look good. Feet look good.
You were saying the breast really has to be ready to go.
That's
too,
what,
right?
when birds are in captivity, when they're on the ground, one of the first muscles that atrophy is the breast muscles.
Okay.
And it's one of the last muscles that they can build up because they have to fly. It's kind of a catch-22. So having a flight pen where they can kind of self-rehab is the best way to do it.
And how can you tell, you keep saying this is this year's bird, except for the fact that it doesn't have a white head, and like, how can you tell that this is a young of the year?
This one, we kind of knew its history before it even got here.
That's right.
I have a relative that lives near where this bird hatched, and they saw them flying around. But based on color, you can kind of tell by beak color, by eye color, and feathers and so forth. Tracy's is older. You could see that bird was darker.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And in your mind, as the expert in this, is it ready to go back? I
think so. As I said, there's a certain point where too long in captivity actually works as a disadvantage,
right? Because
they start to go downhill, and they kind of let us know when it's time to go.
Wow, that's
so
awesome.
We'll put it in a carrier, a large pet carrier, cover it up, put it in the dark, put it in our truck, and then we are going to take it to as close to where an area very near where it was found in the first place. Is that important with a bird this age? Not really, but it's important to the people that found it. It's important to the people that know it's there. It does good for, it makes us look good. It gives them a sense of they did something important, which they did, and that's why we're going to try to return it there. So what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna
Oh, this bird looks like it's ready to go,
ready
buddy.
to go. Are we ready? Good luck, you little one. You ready to go? You're not even gonna let me take the lid off, are you?
No, it's not. There it is.
Bye, Louie.
Yeah.
Doesn't get any better than that.
Hey, you've been doing this for years, right?
I have.
That feeling of knowing that you made a difference, like the lady who brought it to you now feels. Put that in words for me.
There really isn't a feeling. It's just, I mean, like I said, the only words I could come up with is it doesn't get any better than that.
Right.
It doesn't feel any better than that. That's why we do what we do. That's why there are hours and hours and late nights and early mornings and bloody fingers and the work that we do. It makes a difference to that bird. Does it make a difference in the global thing? No. But it makes a difference to that bird, and it makes a difference to me. And when people watch this, it'll make a difference to them too. That's the whole thing. That's what we want to do, and we appreciate it. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yep.
So there you have it. The lady that found the eagle and brought it was here. She got a good feeling. Franklin Klock couldn't have put it in better words, that it makes a difference one step at a time. Congratulations to the Carbon County Environmental Education Center. That was the perfect release. Now, for this episode of Go Wild with Discover NEPA and all the other episodes, you can go to discovernepa.com or subscribe on YouTube.